during the monsoon. It's that changing landscape that is costing some homeowners a bundle because they suddenly find themselves on a floodplain. Aaron Brackett in the newsroom with a 9 on your side consumer alert.
With the monsoon season upon us, flooding may be on your mind, but even if you aren't in a flood-prone area now, experts say that could change. And we found some homeowners that have had that happen, and they've had to open up their wallets a little bit further this year. North of Tucson, all was quiet after last night's heavy rain. No floods, very little standing water, and dry soil. Even so, people living in this area must have flood insurance. As parts of our area continue to grow, so do the chances that you may be in a flood-prone area. Residents of Marana are also concerned about this as the flood zones continue to evolve and fluctuate. Jose Sanchez has lived in his home for 40 years and has yet to experience a flood. But as of last year, he has to fork out money for flood insurance. How do you feel that you have to pay that even though there's not been a flood here at your house?
Well, I don't like it a bit, but I have to because of that loan I have with a bank. I was forced to do it. As I say, they did it. They didn't wait. Only a month they gave me to do it.
Betty Martinez lives nearby and tells us over the years her house has jumped in and out of official flood zone criteria.
If it's going to flood, it's going to flood.
Does it make you kind of angry that they keep flip-flopping like this?
Yeah, that does. It sure does. You know, I wish they'd make up their mind and just leave it one way or the other, you know.
Rusty Caldwell of Prudential Real Estate says even if you are not in a flood-prone area, you may not be off the hook. Have you ever had a case where somebody bought a house and maybe a year or 2 years later that status does change on them?
I haven't personally, but I've heard of it happening. And it can be huge because now that's an added expense that they weren't expecting to have originally.
Okay. And then, I mean, they have to buy the flood insurance, right?
They have no choice usually.
Now, as far as the flood zones are outlined, FEMA is responsible for drawing and moving them. Aaron Brackett, 9 on your side.
Same thing happened in my neighborhood, and I'm still upset that I had to pay to prove that I wasn't in a floodplain. Now, Aaron, how can homeowners find out if they currently live in a designated flood area?
Well, guys, flood maps are posted online, and we have the link to them. You can find them by logging on to KGUN9.com. Just click on the flood zone story.
Thank you, Mr. Brackett.